What's up everybody, this is Teacher Ivan from NextGen Academy. Our goal in this channel is to help you achieve your highest potential and to help you understand subjects in the easiest and the most efficient way. If you'd like to get more tips and tricks on how to achieve A star in your IGCSE, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to this channel. Lastly, if you need any help in your studies, you can always head on to our website, link in the below, or our Instagram, drop us a DM and we'll be able to help you. Enjoy this video and I wish you all the best.
All right. Okay. Hello, my fellow NextGen family. All right. Today we will be going through this paper, October-November 2022. Okay, paper 2-1. All right. So you're going to read all these instructions. Okay, I won't go through it. And make sure y'all look through this entire formula sheet also. Okay, for this chapter, for this particular paper, actually we'll be using here. Okay, I think the geometric series only. And then, yeah, I think that's about it, okay, for this particular paper. Okay, so make sure when you all practice it also, print this out, have it somewhere so that you all know where to refer to also. Okay, so for all of you here, I just want you all to try your best to follow through. If I'm going too fast, please let me know. Don't know anything, please ask. All right, this paper actually is not that hard, okay, this particular paper. Okay, let's see. Question 1. Solve the following simultaneous equation giving your answers in the form a plus b sub 7, where a and b are integers. All right. Whenever they give you this form, right? Why do they give you this form? Or what should you all think about when they give you a plus something, okay, or some terms, then got a cert number? Okay. You all have to keep in mind when they ask you to present it in this form, most likely you need to rationalize. Okay, rationalize the denominator. This is the structure or the type of question. Okay, so we know what are the type of question that they will ask us already. All right, let's look at this one. X plus 3y equals to 11, x minus 7y equals to 7. Okay, we put this equation 1 and equation 2. To solve this, we need to do simultaneous equation. How to do simultaneous equation? Okay, I can do elimination, right? Okay, we don't do substitution because it will take a bit more time. So always remember, if I can do elimination, I will stick with elimination. X and x here, I can eliminate by subtracting. Okay, I want you all to have a habit also to write a subtract here if you all are doing elimination. Okay, so that you remind yourself that this minus this is this. This minus this, then you get outcome. This minus this, you get outcome. Okay, so I'm doing equation 1 minus equation 2 over here. Okay, so x and x will cancel with each other. Okay, x and x cancel. 3y minus 7y. Okay, so this will give you 3 plus 7y, then equals to 11 minus 7, which is equals to 4. Okay, then, 3y, here got 3y. Okay, then what I do, I'm going to factorize the y, so you get 3 plus 7 equals to 4. You divide it, 4 equals to 3 plus 7. They want it in this form, right? So you all see here, normally the cert will be at the bottom. So we need to do the rationalize the denominator. Okay, what do we do to rationalize the denominator here? 3 plus 7, I need to multiply it by 3 minus 7. Okay, this is called your conjugate cert. Conjugate cert. This one, go back to chapter 3. If you all don't know on this one, go back to chapter 3. The concept is we are going to use a plus b times a minus b equals to a squared minus b squared. Okay, let's multiply it. On the numerator, you will get 12 minus 4 7 over, okay, a squared minus b squared. This will become 9 minus 7. Okay, let's see how we can simplify it. 12 minus 4 7 over 2, okay, which will give you 6 minus 2 7. Okay, 6 minus 2 7. Okay, so this is your y value. Okay, clear on this? All right, then what we're going to do, we need to sub y into any of the equation. Okay, so we see which equation is easier for you to sub in. Okay, actually 1 or 2 also doesn't matter. I'll sub into 2. Why? Because I want my negative later bring here, become positive. So sub y into 2. Okay, equation 2. You want sub into 1, you'll get the same thing also. X minus 7, 6 minus 2 7 equals to 7. Okay, here you get x minus 6 cert 7. Okay, cert 7 times cert 7 will become 7. Okay, so this one will become 2. Okay, hold on a minute. Today is the first time the pen going crazy again. Okay, 6 plus cert 7, 6 cert 7 plus 2 times 7 equals to 7. Okay, we move everything to the left-hand side. X equals to 6 cert 7. 2 times 7 is 14. 7 minus 14 is equals to minus 7. Okay, your answer here will be X is 6 cert 7 minus 7. Y is 6 minus 2 cert 7. Okay, any questions here? Good? Okay, every question, if you're good, just give me a thumbs up because I cannot see y'all. Okay, easy, this one. All right, all good. Let's move on to the next slide. If I'm going too fast later, y'all can watch back this. Just go into Thinkific to watch it. Okay, question 2. Do not use a calculator in this question. Find the coordinates of the points where the line y equals to 3x minus 8 cuts the curve y equals to 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 26x plus 22. Okay, so this one, where they say they only want you to find x coordinate, we only find x coordinate. Okay, equation 1, equation 2. Okay, cut means intersect with each other. Intersect means you do simultaneous equation. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to substitute equation 1 into equation 2. All right, 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 26x plus 22 equals to 3x minus 8. Okay, so you all see the nature of this type of question, right? What type of question are you trying to solve here? Got cube, right? Okay, so we move everything to the left-hand side first. 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 29x plus 30 equals to 0. Okay, this is a cubic equation. So for you to solve cubic, you have, okay, they say do not use a calculator, right? Do you use a calculator to check first? Okay, please go and use your calculator first. Okay, so everyone take out your calculator. Check what's the answer for this first. Okay, you all should get, normally you'll get 3 roots lah. Okay, not always the case, but normally you get 3 roots. So use your calculator to find what's the solution first. Okay, I teach you all cubic. Okay, number 1, use calculator to find roots first. But we need to show the steps. Okay, we need to show the steps to get the full marks. Okay, what do you all get? You type in the calculator, degree 3. So you press 2, 3 minus 29 and 30. Okay, you'll get x equals -5, 2 and 3 over 2, right? Okay, so you're write down at the side first, like that. Okay, x equals to 2, x equals to -5, x equals to 3 over 2. Okay, so even though they say don't use calculator, please use your calculator. Don't go and manually count it and try and error. Okay, so what are you supposed to do? You take the easiest roots for you to divide. Okay, so the steps for this you want to be safe, right? What I would recommend you all to do is you all use factor theorem. Okay, factor theorem to find first roots first. To find first root. Okay, which is the factor lah. Okay, or the first factor. Okay, then how to do it is f a or fx is equals to 0. Okay, you sub in the, okay, I think a lah, we put it, fa is equals to 0. Then you have to do long division. Okay, do long division to get the full marks. You have to show all of these steps. Please do not skip all of these steps because otherwise you'll just be using the calculator and you cannot get the 5 marks here. All right, how to do this? Number 1, we know that either we can use x equals to 2, x equals to -5, or x equals to 3 over 2. Choose the easiest one. Okay, either x equals to 2 or x equals to -5. Okay, we're going to use the understanding of factor theorem first. So what I'll do is like this. We let fx equals to 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 29x plus 30. Okay, then how to prove whether it's a factor? You put in the x value. Okay, we know that x is equals to 2, right? So 2, we just sub it in. We just show, this one we already know the steps. We already know the solution, but we just need to show the steps to get the full answer. Okay, this one is equals to 0. Therefore, we can say that x minus 2 is a factor. Okay, you got to remember, because this is x equals to 2, you just need to move it. X minus 2 equals to 0 like that. Therefore, x minus 2 is a factor. You either use x minus 2 or x plus 5 or 2x minus 3. Okay, either one of these factor. Okay, I would avoid 2x minus 3 because these are harder to do long division. Okay, you can either choose x minus 2 or x plus 5. That's what I will personally do. But if you want to make your life hard or if you like challenges, go and do this 2x minus 3. It's not wrong, huh? Okay, it's just that we always want the easiest way to solve the question. Okay, so now the next step we gotta do is long division so that we get one of it. This one we call it a linear factor. This one we call it a quadratic factor. Okay, make sure you know the structure. Huh? Okay, make sure you all know the structure of this quadratic factor. Okay, so I'm going to show the steps by using x minus 2. So 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 29x plus 30 divided by x minus 2. Okay, then we'll get 2x squared, 2x cubed minus 4x squared. Okay, what I like to do, I teach you another trick. You all often, I see students often make the plus minus symbol wrong, okay? Because sometimes you're minus, sometimes you're plus. You can add a minus, you put it at the side here. So you remind yourself that this minus this one minus this, okay? So you just put like that. These are the little things that can help you all in your calculation. So here, 7x squared minus 29x. Okay, then I want to match 7x squared, so I get plus 7x. Here you get plus 7x squared minus 14x. Okay, then I put minus here again. Okay, minus 29x minus 14x, so plus 14x, you get minus 15x plus 30. Okay, and you get minus 15 here. Okay, minus 15x plus 30. Okay, so my cubic equation will be written as x minus 2, 2x squared plus 7x minus 15 equals to 0. Okay, so this is the step for cubic equation. Then over here, okay, you have to know, depending on the type of answer, your solution here, the type of roots, whether it's rational or irrational, these are not all rational numbers, right? So I can just factorize it. If it's irrational, then you use quadratic formula. Okay, you need to show the steps. Use quadratic formula. If your calculator show you an I, okay, that means there is no more solution over here already. Okay, so there are three cases, either 3 roots, which is a typical one, okay, 3 roots, 2 roots, or 1 root. Okay, I won't dive in so much into this, but this one you all can find in the video. You all can just write it down first, so that you need to know all 3 cases: 3 roots, 2 roots, and 1 root. Okay, then for this case, because it's nice number, so I can just factorize it nicely. X minus 2, 2x minus 3, x plus 5 equals to 0. Is that x minus 2 equals 0? 2x minus 3 equals to 0. X plus 5 equals to 0. X will be equals to 2, x equals to 3 over 2, and x equals to negative 5. Okay, how to make sure that the examiner don't know we are using calculator? Okay, good question. That's why you all need to follow my steps. Whatever I ask you all to show, you all show it. Because there's a set of things that you all need to show. Okay, you use, even they say don't use the calculator, you have to use the calculator to speed up your working. Some students, they really follow the rules. When they say don't use the calculator, they are just saying that show the proper working. Okay, when you put 2, are you trying to show that it's an estimated number? Which one? Which 2? This one? No, this is using factor theorem. Okay, this is factor theorem. This is a step to prove, okay, that x minus 2 is a factor. Okay, Zhuang asked, do we need to prove how to get this F2? As in, do we need this step? Is it? Are you asking that? Do we need the factor theorem step? Or do we need to prove how to get the 2? Okay, don't need. Honestly, don't need. No, don't need. Don't need to get. Don't need to prove. That's why we do the smart way. We use calculator. Okay, by right, it's actually try and error. If you all go back to your year 10 again, right? How did the textbook teach you all? You find the factors of 30, right? So you write down all the possible factors of 30, then you slowly sub it in, right? We slowly use factor theorem, sub in, one by one. So 30, you got so many factors. You got 1, you got 2, you got 3, you got 5, you got 6. So at the start, how they taught you is you write down all the factors, then you slowly try and error one by one. How do you get 5 marks? The marks is like that. Number 1, here. Okay. Number 1, you rearrange the whole thing first. Okay, this part here, 1 mark. Number 2, you use this one. Okay, x minus 2. Number 3, you show here. Okay, it means you do this whole part. And number 4, here. Number 5, here. Okay, the answer is only 1 mark. Okay, any more question? Okay, the question is relatively easy because we can actually use calculator to do it. It's just that we need to know how does the marker actually give you all the marks. Okay, good. Good. Give me thumbs up. Anything else to ask? Okay, pretty easy question. So any type of cubic, make sure you all know the full steps. Okay, use calculator to know what to do. Okay, if let's say it's the irrational solution, make sure you all use quadratic. Okay, make sure you all use quadratic formula to do it. Okay, let's go to question 3. Find the coordinates of the points on the curve y equals to square root 1 plus 3x, where the gradient of the normal is negative 8/3. Okay, so gradient, we need to find gradient function first, which is dy over dx. So I'm going to write this one in terms of bracket power first. So 1 plus 3x to the power of 1/2. Okay, then here, dy over dx, this one we use chain rule. Okay, how does chain rule? We differentiate outside, then we differentiate inside and multiply. Okay, so 1/2, 1 plus 3x, power minus 1, this one will become negative 1/2. You differentiate inside, 1 plus 3x will become 3, and you multiply it outside. Okay, we simplify this, you get 3/2, 1 plus 3x to the power of negative 1/2. Okay, so this is the gradient of your tangent, right? dy over dx will always be gradient of the tangent. Okay, so gradient of the normal, we need to change this to gradient of tangent first, right? So how to change between m, your gradient of normal, to m tangent? Okay, the step is you negative and you find the reciprocal, okay, the inverse. Negative, you change symbol, then you reciprocal. Okay, so your m gradient of your tangent will be equals to 3/8. Okay, if you want to use the formula m1 times m2 equals to -1 also can. Okay, but this is a shortcut way. Okay, so m tangent, your gradient of your tangent is 3/8. So we know that 3/8 is equals to this, right? Okay, equals to your dy over dx. So I'm going to sub in 3/8 is equals to 3/2, 1 plus 3x to the power of negative 1/2. Okay, go ahead and solve this. You will get 1/4 equals to 1 plus 3x to the power of negative 1/2. Okay, then if I got power negative 1/2, I can just multiply it by power negative 2. Okay, because this one I multiply by -2, right? So this one also power -2. Okay, this is a shortcut way to do it. Then here we'll be left with 1 plus 3x. 1/4 to the power of -2 will be equals to 16, equals to 1 plus 3x. And you get x equals to 5 here. Okay, 16 minus 1, then divide by 3. Okay, x is equals to 5. Then we want to find what's the y. So we sub the x, okay, into y. So at x equals to 5, your y is equals to 1 plus 3 times 5, power 1/2. Y will be equals to 4. Okay, when they say coordinates of the point, make sure you all show it out in terms of a point. So just write one more extra step like that. 5, 4. 5-mark question. Okay, next one. Question B. Find the equation of the normal to the curve y equals to square root 1 plus 3x at the point 85 in the form y equals mx plus c. Okay, so we already differentiated this, which is 3 over 2, 1 plus 3x to the power of negative 1 over 2, right? So we already got the dy over dx for this. So at x equals to 8, what's my dy over dx? Dy over dx is equals to 3 over 2, 1 plus 3 times 8 power negative 1 over 2. Okay, I just sub into the dy over dx. You get 3 over 10 here. Okay, then this is your gradient of the tangent. Okay, how to find your gradient of the normal? Okay, gradient of normal, we just negative reciprocal it. Okay, negative and you inverse it, you change the symbol. Okay, you have to be clear, this is your gradient of your tangent. Okay, gradient of your tangent. All right. For me to write it in the form y equals mx plus c, so I got my m normal. I also know that my point that they give me is 85. So I need to substitute into the equation y equals to y1 equals to m, y minus y1 equals to mx minus x1. Okay, so we just sub in this value, this value, this value. You will get here y minus 5 equals to negative 10 over 3x minus 8. Okay, then let's simplify it. Negative 10 over 3x plus 80 over 3. And you get y equals to negative 10 over 3x plus 95 over 3. Okay, because they want it in the form y equals mx plus c. All right, all good? Okay. All right. Okay, not too hard, right? Not too hard at all. Okay, and if you all got any question, before I move on, you all use quickly type it out or give me the emoji, another reaction so that or give me the one, okay, the put up hand, so I know whether to stop. Okay, let's go. Question 4. Okay, let's go to question 4. Solve the following equation, giving your answers to 3SF. 2 to the power of 3x plus 1 equals to 5 to the power of x minus 2. What method are we going to use here? Different base, okay, then you got unknown power. So you can either use log or ln. Okay, log or ln. It's up to you. Both answer, you also will get the same one. Okay, so I'm going to add log at both sides. I just add LG. LG is by default log 10. Okay, reason why I want to do this, okay, these are the type of question that you all take note. Different base, okay, with unknown power. Okay, we are going to use log or ln and then power law, okay, so that we can bring the power down. Okay, so log 2 3x plus 1 equals to log 5x minus 2. Okay, go and solve this. We use the power law, bring down the power. So 3x plus 1 log 2 equals to x minus 2 log 5. And we are here, get 3x log 2 plus log 2 equals to x log 5 minus 2 log 5. Okay, slowly bring one by one. Gather all the x together. So I'm going to put the x at the left-hand side. So 3x minus x log 5 equals to minus log 2 minus 2 log 5. Then I'm going to factorize the x. So this will be 3 minus log 5. Okay, this one minus log 2 minus 2 log 5. Then we divide the 3 minus log 5. So this one minus log 2 minus 2 log 5. Okay, then this one you get, hey, did I miss out something? Hold on a minute. Here's something missing. Okay, there's a log 2 here. 3x log 2. So here I should have log 2 here. Okay, so this will be 3 log 2 minus log 5. Okay, let's type this whole thing into the calculator. X is equals to negative 8.32. Okay, 3 marks. This is your chapter log, okay, chapter 6. If you don't know, go back to chapter 6, go and practice on this. Okay, question B. E to the power of 2y plus 1 equals to 1 plus 6 over e to the power of 2y plus 1. Okay, this one is a bit trickier. Okay, what do you think at first glance? What do you think you're going to do? E to the power of 2y plus 1, and then got another e to the power of 2y plus 1 at the bottom. What do you think will be your first step over here? There are various ways to do it, but remember, find the easiest way to do it. Okay, anyone can see this one. Log. Okay. Anyone else? Okay, Zosha say square the left hand side. How to square the left hand side? Right hand side don't need square. Okay. One change to log. Okay, Junkai say let the term be a variable. Okay. Okay, so out of all these suggestions, which one you all think is the best one? Yeah, I want all of you to think because this one is actually not that hard. Okay, not that hard. Okay, log. That's how you say log. Okay, you all see, right? If you log it, okay, I'm just gonna do the not so right one first. Some of you say log, right? You put log here, you put log here. Okay, can you simplify it? You see, the left hand side is okay, but the right hand side, can I simplify it? 1 plus 6 over e2y plus 1. Cannot, right? This one, you cannot use the multiplication law. You cannot separate it. Okay, it doesn't work that way. It only works if it's log a plus log b. Then only become log ab. So this one, you cannot use log at both sides. Okay? All right, what you all need to do, okay, I see Zoshang, you wrote, let a equals to e to the power of 2y plus 1. So it looks a bit complex because of these two terms over here. But you all see it's actually the same term. So what you want to do is you want to simplify the equation first, because now it looks a bit complex. Okay, I think this is what Junkai said also. We let this term, the entire term, equals to your favorite alphabet. Okay, whatever alphabet. Just don't use y. Yes, I'm going to use u. So I'm going to write here, let u equals to e to the power of 2y plus 1. So I'm going to replace it with u first. U equals to 1 plus 6 over u. Okay, so this is a sort of complex quadratic equation type of question. This is, you all go to your chapter 5.5. Okay, chapter 5.5, complex quadratic equation. If you all do enough, you all should be able to see the pattern here already. Okay, so I think like Zoshang, you can see, right? So you multiply this whole thing by u. So you get u square equals to u plus 6. Okay, u square equals to u plus 6. Then you can simplify it to a quadratic equation here. So u square minus u minus 6 will be equals to 0. Okay, then I can solve for this. I can factorize this. So u minus 3, u plus 2 is equals to 0. Therefore, u will be equals to 3, u equals to negative 2. So we solve until here already. We can change the u back to e to the power of 2y plus 1. Okay, e to the power of 2y plus 1 equals to 3. E to the power of 2y plus 1 equals to negative 2. Okay, then over here, what are we going to do? Over here. Now go to your chapter 6. How do we solve for this type of question? E to the power of 2y plus 1 equals to 3. Okay, we can inverse exponential, right? Okay, you inverse exponential, or if you cannot see it, right, you put log at both sides. Okay, but you all should know, this is on chapter 6.7. Okay, you all can go through the lesson. 6.7 on natural log. Natural log, it just means log. So when you do inverse, it will become like this. Okay, 2y plus 1 equals to log 3. This one also same thing. Okay, 2y plus 1 equals to log negative 2. Okay, you all see this right hand side one, can my log be negative? Cannot, right? So we reject this value because math error. We just solve for this side. Okay, 2y plus 1 equals to ln 3, y equals to ln 3 minus 1 over 2. Okay, just type this value into your calculator. You'll get 0.0493. Okay, make sure you all write it to 3 significant figure. Don't write it to 0.049. You will get minus marks. Okay, so unless they state a certain presentation that you all need to show it, then you all follow. Okay, otherwise, you all just write it to 3 SF. Okay, clear? This question? Question 4. Everyone okay? Okay, good. Okay, good. We will go on to question 5. Okay, let's go on to question 5. You are given that y equals to 1 over cos 2x. Show that dy over dx is equals to k sine 2x over cos square 2x, where k is a constant to be found. Okay, so this one is under your differentiation 2, chapter 14. Okay, differentiation 2. If you don't know this, go and practice this. Sine, cos, exponential, and lot. Okay, on your differentiation 2. All right, so how do we do this? How do we differentiate this? Number 1, you need to make it to cos 2x to the power of -1 first. Okay, then I'm going to use chain rule. I'm going to use chain rule where I differentiate outside, then differentiate inside and multiply it. Okay, so dy over dx, this will be negative cos 2x to the power of -2. Okay, then you're going to remember what's the acronym that I taught you all for sine and cos when we differentiate or integrate. S, C, negative S, negative C. Okay, this is a cheat code when I taught you all on differentiation 2 that time. When I differentiate sine, I'll get cos. When I differentiate cos, I get negative sine. When I differentiate negative sine, I get negative cos, and then the cycle keeps on continuing. You do integration, the process is just reversed. Okay, if you go memorize the textbook way, it can be a bit confusing for the symbol. So I differentiate cos 2x, I will get negative sine 2x. Yeah, I need to differentiate the 2x also and multiply it. So negative 2 sine 2x. Okay, negative 2 sine 2x. Okay, go and multiply both of these together. You should get negative and negative will become positive. So 2 sine 2x, the cos 2x to the power of -2, I can write it as cos square 2x at your denominator. Okay, this is just a 2-mark question. But be careful when you all do this, because if you all do this one wrong, the next question also, okay, it's a 4-mark question. You almost likely will get 0 marks also. Okay, because it's a continuation question. Okay, everyone clear on this one? I think some of you all struggle a little bit with your differentiation 2, right? Okay, so please go and practice it. Okay, please go and practice it. Okay, question B. Find the values of x such that dy over dx is equals to 5 over sine 2x. Okay, what's this dy over dx, right? Basically, what you have solved from here. Okay, this dy over dx, we're going to take this value is equals to this value, then we solve for this domain of values, okay, your domain of x. So this is actually a trigo question. 4 marks. Let's see here. So dy over dx is this one, 5 over sine 2x, then equals to the what we found in the previous question, which is 2 sine 2x over cos square 2x. Okay, how do we simplify this? All the trigo you bring to one side. All the non-trigo, like this 5 and 2, you bring to one side. So my sine 2x, I will multiply with here. My cos square 2x, I will multiply on top here. Then the 5 will go to the right-hand side. So you'll see here, on top here will be cos square 2x over sine. Okay, sine 2x times sine 2x will become sine square 2x equals to 2 over 5. All right, what do we do for this? Cos square 2x over sine square 2x. We should know that sine over cos is equals to tangent. So I need to inverse the whole equation over here. So it becomes sine square 2x over cos square 2x will be equals to 5 over 2. Okay, why I want to make it to sine square over cos square? Because sine over cos is equals to tangent. Therefore, this one will become tangent square 2x equals to 5 over 2. And then tangent 2x is equals to plus minus square root 5 over 2. Okay, because when you square, you bring over to the other side is plus minus square root, not just square root. Okay, now, can y'all see here? This part here right now is trigo already. So this is a type of question where they ask you from differentiation, then after that, simplify it to a trigo. So we need to go back to our trigo on how to solve trigo equation. What are the steps? We find our alpha first, which is our base angle. Okay, and you all need to take note on this. You see, they put it in radian, so we need to present our answer in radian. Okay. However, if you're not so familiar with radian, my advice to you all is that in the steps, you all just calculate it in degree first. Okay, so I'll just show you all both in degree and radian. Because some of you, okay, even for myself, it's a bit harder for me to think in terms of radian because I don't know what it's like. Let's say if I give you 1 radian, okay, I don't really know how many degrees is that. Then I don't know which quadrant is it at. Okay, so if you get a bit confused with radian, just solve it in degree first, then change your final answer to radian. Okay, all right. Let's see for this one here. So tangent 2x equals to plus minus square root 5 over 2. We find what is the alpha first. Okay, which is your shift tangent square root 5 over 2. Okay, don't put your plus and minus inside. Okay, what will you get for here? If you calculate it in degree, you'll get 57.7 degree. Okay, make sure you all change the mode also when you all do this type of question. Okay, especially trigo, your degree and radian mode, very, very important. Later, you'll see one more question also. The degree and radian, right? If you do it all in degree mode, your answer will be wrong. Okay, so you need to make sure. And the tricky thing is that you will get an answer, but that answer it will look right, but it's actually totally wrong. Okay, so 57.7 degrees, if you change it to radian, this value is actually equals to 1.00685 radian. Okay, then what are we supposed to do? Draw the ASTC graph. Okay, ASTC graph. We need to make sense of this angle, right? So your angle here right now is 0 to pi over 2. Okay, 0 to x to pi over 2. The angle that they want us to solve is 2x. So what we do is we multiply this whole thing by 2 so we can find the proper domain to draw on the ASTC graph. So this will be 2x. This will be pi. Okay, this is the proper way to do it. So what are they actually asking you to consider? Which quadrant? 0 to pi. Pi is 180, right? So that means they want you to consider from 0 to 180 degrees. Okay, that means I only want from quadrant 1 to 2. Okay, the domain of values. My bottom here, I don't care. Okay, I don't care. All right, now, is it A, S, T, or C? If you have both plus and minus, you will consider all 4 quadrants. Okay, got it? So in this case, because we only consider quadrant 1 and quadrant 2, so you just take quadrant 1 and quadrant 2. Okay, don't take the other. Don't waste your time, also go and calculate the other 2 quadrants. Okay, so your alpha will be here and here. First quadrant, your angle will be equal to alpha. Second quadrant is either 180 minus alpha or pi minus alpha. Okay, if you calculate it in radian. Okay, 180 degrees minus alpha. So let's just calculate it in radian. So your 2x will be equals to 1.00685. And this second quadrant is pi minus alpha, right? Which is this one. You will get 2.135. Okay, 2.135. You divide both of it by 2, you get 0.503 and 1.07. Okay, this is your solving of trigo. Okay, any questions here? Any questions here? Are y'all good? Okay, simple, right? Okay, pretty simple. Okay, awesome. Let's go through here. Question 6. Write 3x squared plus 15x minus 20 in the form a bracket x plus b squared plus c, where a, b, and c are rational numbers. Okay, what form is this? Okay, number 1, what form is this? A bracket x plus b bracket square plus c. Okay, CTS, very good. Okay, so we do CTS. Okay, CTS, when I got a, right, what I normally do, I just factorize from both A and B only. Okay, I actually don't care about the C one. Okay, so I think some of your teachers teach you to factorize from A, B, and C, but you actually don't have to do it. You can just factorize like this, 3x squared plus 5x. The minus 20, you don't care. Okay, because what matters is here only. Okay, what matters is here. So we will do CTS here, so which is 3 bracket x plus 5 over 2 square minus 5 over 2 square minus 20. Okay, anyone don't know what is CTS? Okay, completing the square. Okay, this is from your mathematics. So it's x plus b over 2 square minus b over 2 square. Okay, this is the main step for you to put it into CTS form. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to expand the bracket. Okay, so this times this times this. So you get 3 bracket x plus 5 over 2 square. Over here you get 5 over 2 square times 3. You get minus 35 over 4 minus 20. Then the value outside will be minus 155 over 4. Okay, easy. Okay, what do we use completing the square for? Is that you all got to go back to your chapter 1, chapter 2 is to find your maximum point or minimum point. So over here they say state the minimum value of this and the value of x in which it occurs. So minimum point, okay, if you want to write the minimum point, it will be this value, but you negative it, and then this value. Okay, so it will be negative 5 over 2, negative 155 over 4. When they say the word value, I want you to take note on the language also. When they say value, they are referring to the y. Okay, they will never say x value. Okay, when they say the word value, maximum or minimum value, is always referring to your y. So over here, my minimum value, this will be equals to negative 155 over 4. Okay, then my x where it occurs, x is equals to negative 5 over 2. Okay, so you all should know completing the square will give you your maximum point and minimum point because of the form here. Okay, then next one. Use your answer to part A to solve the equation 3y to the power of 2 over 3 plus 15y to the power of 1 over 3 minus 20 is equals to 0. Giving your answer correct to 3SF. So, you all see here right now, what is being replaced right now? X becomes y to the power of 1 over 3, right? So I'm going to substitute my x with power 1 over 3. I should get this form. So this is the answer. Okay, so I will sub in sub x equals to y to the power of 1 over 3. Okay, so I'm going to use this equals to 0. So 3 bracket y to the power of 1 over 3 plus 5 over 2 square minus 155 over 4 will be equals to 0. Okay, then go and solve this. Okay, go and solve this by rearrange the entire thing. So 3, 1, y 1 over 3 plus 5 over 2 square equals to 155 over 4. Okay, then you divide it by 3. This will be 155 over 12. Okay, square will become plus minus square root 155 over 12. My 5 over 2 will become minus 5 over 2. So minus 5 over 2 plus minus square root 155 over 12. Okay, so we will get two answers from here. Okay, let's just type into calculator, one for the plus, one for the minus. For the plus, you will get 1.09398. For the minus, you get negative 6.09398. Okay, y to the power 1 over 3. How do I take away the 1 over 3? Cube root will become cube. Okay, cube both the values. You'll get 1.31 and negative 226. Okay, write it to 3SF already. Don't write more than that. Okay, all good until here? Question 6. I hope it's clear. Okay, we'll take a short break first. Okay, I'll stop this video and then we'll continue later. All right. Okay, we will continue on this paper. This is your 060621ON to question 7. Okay, the sum of the first three terms of a geometric progression is 17.5 and the sum of infinity is 20. Find the first term and the common ratio. Wow, why this one? 6 marks question for a geometric progression. Okay, so whenever we do geometric and arithmetic progression, what's the first thing that we need to know actually? Do you need to memorize the formula? Okay, no need, right? Okay, where can you find the formula? Make sure you all get familiar with the entire list. You can actually just find the formula over here. Okay, from the front here. Arithmetic series, geometric series. Okay, so for geometric, you just need to know that there are these three formulas, which is you can find the term, the sum, and then the sum to infinity. Okay, so since this is geometric, we just need to use the formulas from geometric. Let's go back to the question to see what are they asking us here. Sum of the first three terms, okay, 17.5. Sum to infinity is 20. So we write down the two formulas first. Okay, we copy down. Sn is equals to a 1 minus r to the power of n over 1 minus r. Okay, this is the formula for sum of the first n terms. Then sum to infinity, I'm literally just copying from the front. A over 1 minus r. Okay, so what we need to do is we just need to fit in the formula with the information that's given to us. Okay, number 1, sum of the first three terms. So S3 is equals to 17.5. Okay, so how do we fit in the formula? We want to find what is our A and R, right? Okay, first term and common ratio. So this is your A and your R. Okay, we fit into the formula A1 minus R cubed over 1 minus R equals to 17.5. Okay, then can we simplify it? Okay, we see what's the other equation that we get. Sum to infinity is equals to 20. Okay, so we fit in the formula. A over 1 minus R equals to 20. Okay, what we need to do here, I got two unknowns, okay, A and R, I got two equations. So most likely I have to do a simultaneous equation over here. Okay, so you can, actually this one, you can immediately divide it. But if you cannot see it, you just make one term to be the subject first. So this one, you make A as a subject. Okay, so we rearrange it. A equals to 20 bracket 1 minus R. If we leave it as 1 minus R like this, so this one will be your equation 1. This will be your equation 2. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to sub equation 2 into equation 1. So I'm just going to do substitution here. Okay, what do we get? 20 bracket 1 minus R. I replace the A, then 1 minus R cubed over 1 minus R equals to 17.5. Okay. All right, no worries, Losha. Okay, 1 minus R can be simplified. The numerator on top, we multiply it. So 20 minus 20R cubed equals to 17.5. Okay, then we switch it. Okay, put the R. And then here 20 minus 17.5, this will be 2.5. 1 over 8 equals to R cubed. And we cube root this value will be equals to 1 over 2. Okay, so this will be the answer for R. Then what we're going to do, we sub R. Okay, right down here. Sub R into, take the easiest one, equation 2. Okay, which is A equals to 21 minus 1 over 2. A will be equals to 10. Okay, this is actually quite an easy 6 marks. Okay, one thing you all have to take note of, for arithmetic and geometric progression type of question, geometric, right, sometimes when you want to find your unknown, you all might want to think about divide. Okay, you divide the whole equation. This is one of the clues because sometimes you cannot substitute off. It really depends on the nature of the equation. Okay, so you all can write this down just in case if you all see and you all cannot divide it. For geometric progression, okay, geometric progression, sometimes need to divide entire equation to find unknown. The AR to the power of n minus 1. Yes, yes, you are right. Okay, so Akil say, when you got, okay, normally is when you get this one, AR to the power n minus 1. You just need to know how the structure is. Okay, because I see students often get stuck. This one is actually pretty simple because they are asking you sum and sum to infinity. So the sum of the first n terms and then the sum to infinity. So it's still pretty simple. But when you get the n term itself, you might want to think about this statement here. Okay, any question on this geometric progression? I think pretty simple. Okay, good, good. Give me thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, all good, all good. Okay, cool. Let's move on. Question 8. The equation of the curve is x equals to y equals to x sine x. Find dy over dx. Okay, what rule do we use for this? X sine x. Number one, we always determine what rule we have to use. Okay, product rule, u and v, right? Okay, it's a function. Then SC, very good. Okay, all the acronym that I thought you all remember already. S, C, negative S, negative C. Wow, you see all the acronym all coming out already. Okay, don't just direct message me lah. Share the whole class so that I'm not talking to myself. Okay, so SC, negative S, negative C. Okay, then after that, like how I teach you all, U, we put like this, V sine X. U prime, 1, V prime cos X. Okay, we cross multiply, dy over dx is equals to x cos X plus sine X. Okay, so for those who don't know what am I doing here, this is under your differentiation tool. When we go down, okay, when we go down, this is your dy over dx. When you go up, this is your integration. Okay, question B. The equation of the tangent to the curve at x equals to pi over 2 in the form y equals mx plus c. Okay, so equation of the tangent. What do I need tangent to find equation of the tangent? Equation of the tangent, this is a straight line, right? So tangent is a straight line. Is equals to a straight line. So actually the only thing that I need is gradient and I need a point. Okay, always just remember all I need is a gradient and a point. Then we sub into y minus y1 equals to m bracket x minus x1. Okay, and one more thing you all have to observe also over here. You see, x is equals to pi over 2. So when you use your calculator that time, right, you sub in your value, always be extra careful when you all do your trigonometric. Okay, when it's equals to radian, make sure you all change to radian mode first. If it's equals to degree, then make sure it's in degree mode. Because you will get an answer for even in the wrong mode. So it's just that it'll be a completely wrong answer. Okay, so let's find what are the necessary things that we need to find first. So when x equals to pi over 2, we need to find what is our dy over dx first, the value. So we already found from the first one, dy over dx. So we just sub it in. Pi over 2 cos bracket pi over 2 plus sine pi over 2. You get 1. Okay, your dy over dx is equal to 1. So I got my gradient already. Then I need to find my y value also. So y is equals to x sine x. So pi over 2 sine pi over 2. Okay, which is equals to y equals to pi over 2. Okay, so I have few of these things that I need, okay, which is x, dy over dx, and y. You all see here, the only thing that we need is gradient and a point. Okay, so I got pi over 2, and my dy over dx is equals to 1. We sub into y minus y1 equals to m bracket x minus x1. Y minus pi over 2 equals to 1 x minus pi over 2. Okay, we want to write it in the form y equals mx plus c. So this one will be x minus pi over 2. And your final answer, minus pi over 2, we move it to the right hand side. Y is equals to x. Okay. All right, I think this is relatively easy. So this is your, remember also all the different type of questions for your differentiation. We got equation of tangent and normal. So this is under the first application. Okay, second one. Second part, use your answer to part A to find inverse, integrate x cos x dx. Okay, what method is this when we look at this equation? X cos x dx. So the question is, can we integrate a form that is like a product rule like that? Okay, cannot. If cannot, then what is the concept that we use over here? Okay, so remember product rule and quotient rule type, that means U times V or U over V. Right now at your current level, we don't have a method to solve it. Okay, we cannot use, but when y'all go college, then y'all can do lah. Okay, use part A. Okay, the concept over here is reverse differentiation. Okay, that means we reverse the process of differentiation. So let's see what we got from part A. Okay, part A is y equals to x sine x is equals to x cos x plus sine x. Okay, so let's just write this equation down now. Y equals to x sine x. When I differentiate already, I will get x cos x plus sine x. Okay, so what is the concept over here? We are doing reverse differentiation. Meaning, if I differentiate x cos x, x sine x, I will get x cos x plus sine x. Okay, so vice versa, or the inverse of it is, if I differentiate this, I will get x sine x. Okay, everyone understand this part here? Okay, this is just reverse differentiation. Okay, many students cannot see this. It's because you're not, this kind of questions seldom come out. So when do we use this reverse differentiation part? You just need to remember the structure of the question is like that. UV is sort of like a product rule or quotient rule type of question. Okay, so U over V dx like that. All right, so what do we do here? Okay, so what I will do, I will write this equation down here first, and I put integrate this, I will get this. Okay, so write it like this first. Integrate x cos x plus sine x dx equals to x sine x. Okay, everyone understand this first step first? Okay, I'm just reversing the process of what we did in part A. All right. Question says we only want this part here. Okay, so I got a plus that is separating, right? So I can actually separate both of these. Okay, we can write it as integrate x cos x dx plus integrate sine x dx equals to x sine x. Okay, I only want this part here once again. So the one that I don't want, I bring it to the right-hand side. So integrate x cos x dx equals to x sine x minus integrate sine x dx. How do I integrate? Negative sine x. Okay, negative sine x. We go back to s, c, negative s, negative c. Okay, this time we can consider it as negative sign. So negative sign will become positive cos. So we will get x sine x plus cos x. And make sure you write the arbitrary constant. Okay, your plus c. You don't write the plus c, you get minus marks also. Okay, so make sure you write the plus c out. So x sine x plus cos x plus c. You're not supposed to integrate it. You're just supposed to reverse the process of your differentiation over here. Okay, so this is your reverse differentiation. Okay, question D. Evaluate, integrate from 0 to pi over 4 x cos x dx. Give your answer correct to 2SF. Okay, so this one, if you first part wrong, this part is GG already. Okay, so make sure you all know how to do the first part first. Okay, so this one we just need to do our definite integral. Definite integral is how? After I integrate already, we just need to sub in. Yeah, this one we just need to sub in this one b a to b. Okay, like that. Fx dx. We just need to sub in the previous one, fb minus fa after we integrate. So all we need to do, we take this this equation, x sine x plus cos x. Okay, one thing you all have to remember also, when we do this is called definite integral, right? When we apply definite integral, right, you can remove the c already. Okay, why? Because the c will be cancelled off. The c is a constant, right? So let's just say c, there's a value. Maybe it's 5. 5 from here, okay, 5 from this part here will minus 5 from this part. So eventually it will also cancel off. So there might be an arbitrary constant. Not to say that there's no arbitrary constant. There might be, however, it can be cancelled off. Okay, so you don't need to calculate it. Okay, so we just need to take this x sine x plus cos x 0 to pi over 4. Okay, then we take the top value minus the bottom value and make sure you are in radian mode. Okay, so pi over 4 sine pi over 4 plus cos pi over 4 minus, okay, this one 0 sine 0, this will be 0 already. 0 sine 0 plus cos 0. Okay, what we get here? 1.262. This one you will get minus 1. Okay, calculator will give you 0.262. Answer, they want it in 2SF only, so 0.26. Okay, 0.26 over here. Okay, good. Everyone, you're okay. Any question? Okay, especially the new ones. Okay, steady. Okay, don't be shy to ask. Please ask all the questions that you all need to ask. Okay, cool. Let's go. Next one. Question 9. Okay, this is a function question. Okay, wait. Sorry. Okay, wait. Better ask you all. Give me thumbs up first. Okay, everyone can. Once you all are done, give me a thumbs up so I make sure that you all are okay. Okay, no thumbs up means not okay. Okay, good. Steffi, are you okay? Can ready, Okay, come, let's go to the next one. Okay, question 9. fx and gx are defined as follows for x more than or equals to -1/3. Okay, so sometimes this one play a role, and you all cannot just neglect it because sometimes they may ask you all on your domain and range. So we need to take note on this. But I think in this question doesn't matter. Okay, Kim, don't worry, don't stress. Okay, question 9a. FGX. Okay, FGX. What's FGX? This is a composite function. So what we went through last 2 weeks on the just a recap on everything from the start. Okay, so composite function f ln 3x plus 2. Okay, there's a gx. So my new x right now is ln 3x plus 2. So I just replace the x with ln 3x plus 2. Okay, but this one you all have to be careful. No, in this question actually a bit confusing. You all need to know when to bracket. This one ln 3x plus 2. Okay, you cannot just put the square here. You all see here, right? Your entire x is being squared. Now this is your new x. So what you need to do is you need to bracket the entire thing. If you don't bracket the entire thing, minus marks. Okay, in fact, it is wrong, 0 marks. Okay, so bracket the entire ln 3x plus 2, bracket square, because this is your new x value. Okay, next one. Solve the equation fgx equals to 5, giving your answers in exact form. So we just need to substitute this, okay, equals to 5. And this one, your top part wrong, here 3 marks gone already. Okay, so let's solve this one. Ln 3x plus 2 square equals to 4. Ln 3x plus 2, you square will become plus minus square root. Okay, so it becomes plus minus 2. You split it into positive and negative. Okay, one is a positive, one is a negative one. So ln 3x plus 2 equals to 2, ln 3x plus 2 equals to negative 2. Inverse of ln, I will get exponential. So 3x plus 2 equals to e squared. This one 3x plus 2 equals to e to the power of negative 2. Okay, they want it in exact form, right? Exact form means your exponential, you don't go and type in the calculator. We leave it in e itself. So this one will be 3x equals to e squared minus 2, x equals to e squared minus 2 over 3. Okay, this one same thing also. 3x equals to e to the power of negative 2 minus 2, x equals to e to the power of negative 2 over 3. Okay, are both of these values acceptable? Both okay? Okay, both okay? Okay, what do y'all think? I want y'all look back at the question again. Okay, the clue is in the question. Okay, so this one, right? What y'all need to do? Okay, no, I just say no. Okay, why not? Okay, because there's a range of values. Okay, it's a domain of values. Okay, second one, probably not. Okay, how do you know? So we need to check what is the value itself. Okay, y'all see here, because of this statement here. No, not because of negative power. Not because of that. Look right here. X must be more than negative 1 over 3. Okay, so you see, right? That's why you cannot, when you do function type of question, make sure you check the domain and the range. Whether whatever that's given to you, normally they'll give you the domain. So because your x values can only be more than negative 1 over 3. What's negative 1 over 3? Negative 0.333, right? So we need to go and check for both of these values. Okay, check for both of these values. See whether it is positive or not. So I want all of you to take out your, sorry, not positive. Check whether it's more than negative 1 over 3. Okay, check for both of it. The first one, you type e to the power of 2 minus 2 divided by 3. This is 1.79, right? Okay, 1.796. Okay, so this one is acceptable. Let's try the second one, e to the power of negative 2 minus 2 divided by 3. Okay, what do you get over here? Negative 0.622, right? 0.62. You compare the domain values. Okay, domain is x must be more than negative 1 over 3, okay, which is 0.33. Okay, this one is smaller, right? Negative 0.622. So this one we have to reject it. Okay, so the answer is only this. All right, it's not just because of this. Yes, it caused it, but because we are comparing with the domain value. So they will give you like some sort of domain or region for function, especially. Don't ignore the domain. It'll be one of the, you'll probably be using for one of the questions down here. Okay, if you leave this and you never reject it, you get 2 marks only. Okay, you will get minus marks for it. Okay, good. Any question? Okay, let's move on. Question C. Okay, solve the equation. GG, okay, GGX. What is GX? Let's write down first. GX is equal to ln 3x plus 2. You see here, 6 mark question. Okay, 6 mark question for a function. So how do we do this? We find what is the GGX first, okay, the left-hand side. So G bracket ln 3x plus 2. Okay, equals to 1. Okay, then G, this one you have to be careful because there's a lot of bracket over here. Ln bracket 3. Okay, so you all see here, you are replacing now this x with ln 3x plus 2. So ln 3, then the x now is this ln 3x plus 2. So 3 ln 3x plus 2, then plus 2. Okay, equals to 1. Did you all see the bracket properly over here? Look at it very, very carefully. Okay, then after that, what we got to do here? Okay, I think this is the hardest step already. Okay, this part here. Because when I did this, I also like a bit confused at the time. Okay, when I did this. So we got so many ln. Number one, we have to remove the ln first. So we inverse ln it. Inverse ln, you'll get 3 ln 3x plus 2 equals to e to the power of 1. Okay, ln 3x plus 2. Okay, we minus 2. Then we divide it by 3. Then we, okay, did they ask us to find exact value? No, right? Okay, they never ask us to find exact value. You can actually just use this, type this in the calculator. Okay, e negative 2 over 3, you get 0.2394. Okay, then after that, we repeat again. We inverse ln. So 3x plus 2 equals to e 0.2394. Then we solve for this. Okay, this one you get 1.2705. Okay, this one you minus 2, then divide by 3. X equals to negative 0.243. One tip for y'all. In the middle of the equation, don't round up so much. Okay, don't round up too much. Because by the time when you do the final answer, sometimes it might not be accurate anymore already. Okay, look at this. If good, give me a thumbs up. Okay, good. Okay, not too hard, right? I think these few questions actually not too hard. Okay, question 10, question 11, then we are done. I think this one, the paper 1 is like a little bit harder as compared to this paper 2. Pretty easy. Okay, number 10. Let's go to number 10. The acceleration is given a equals to negative 45 over t plus 1 square. When t equals to 0, the velocity of the particle is 50 meters per second. Find the expression for the velocity of the particle. Okay, who is the teacher? Okay, and we have to remember Mr. Siva. Okay, SVA. Mr. Siva says that we differentiate this. Okay, in terms of t, what am I writing? D over dt. Okay, we differentiate S, we get V. We differentiate V, we'll get A. We integrate, you reverse the process. Okay, you integrate, you will just reverse the process. Okay, so A is equals to negative 45 over t plus 1 square. When we do this, we change it to power negative first. Okay, therefore we can use chain rule. Okay, we can use chain rule over here. Sorry, what chain rule am I talking? A, we want to get to V, so we need to integrate it. Okay, so V is equals to, okay, we integrate this out. I can put the constant outside because it won't be part of it. T plus 1 to the power of negative 2 dt. Okay, integrate this, we will get negative 45 t plus 1 power. Okay, power plus 1, then you divide the power. Inside, when we differentiate, we'll get 1. Okay, so we don't need to write the 1. Okay, then plus C. Okay, what will we get here? We will get V is equals to 45 t plus 1 to the power of negative 1 plus C. Okay, so we need to find the C value. They actually give us this fact. When t equals to 0, V is equals to 50. So we just need to sub it in. At t equals to 0, V is equals to 50. 50 is equals to 45, 1 plus C. Okay, I don't need to write all this unnecessary. Okay, this has 0, 0 plus 1 is 1. Power negative 1 is also equals to 1. C is equals to 50 minus 45. You'll get 5. Okay, we get 5 here. Therefore, your V is equals to 45 over t plus 1 plus 5. All right, so always remember that when we do the reverse of it, which is your integration, you have to find the C value. If you don't find the C value, normally from A to V, they will give you an information here. So like this one, at t equals to 0, V is equals to 50. You all got to remember, during S that time, when you find V to S, this one is when S equals to 0, t is also equals to 0. That's how we find the c value. Okay, you recall back when we learned kinematics at time, right? Okay, so don't forget to find your c value here. That's why it's a 4-mark question. Okay, let's go to the next one. Question B. Find the distance traveled by the particle between t equals to 1 and t equals to 10. All right, let's do a short recall. What do we need to find first when we do distance? Okay, when we do distance, do we need to check for anything? Okay. Okay, normally, recall back what I taught you all last time. The word distance and displacement. What's the difference between distance and displacement type of calculation for kinematics? Distance, we have to check. Okay, anyone recall? Direction. What else? We need to check for what? There's one thing that we need to check. Whether the particle got what? Yes, very good, Junkai. Okay, you recall, right? Okay, whether there's a turning point, right? What's the turning point? What's the meaning of the turning point? We have to check whether, based on the equation, right, whether the particle got reverse direction or not. Okay, so remember, distance type of question, but for this case, this question you don't need. Check whether particle reverses direction. Okay, how do we check? It is when v equals to 0. When v equals to 0, check if there are any t values within the time frame. Okay, so that means like in this time frame, we have 1 to 10. Okay, so that means we have to check whether the particle got actually reverse direction between this time frame from 1 second to 10 seconds. If got, then that means we have to calculate the distance. Displacement type of question, then you don't have to do this. If you all don't know what am I saying over here, just go into Thinkific, go and watch. Okay, go and watch on the kinematic video. Actually, kinematics we went through quite fast. Okay. The topical past year questions. Yes, it's under differentiation and integration, correct? Yeah, you can find the questions inside there. Okay, because calculus is all under basically differentiation 1, differentiation 2, integration, and kinematics is all under one calculus exercise. Okay, so you're going to try for this type of question. Just take note on the word distance. Okay, but in this case, there's no values because you look at the equation here, right? If my v is equals to 0, okay, if my v equals to 0, you're going to check. Okay, 0 equals to 45 over t plus 1 plus 5. Okay, we can actually just check it over here. -5 equals to 45 over t plus 1, -5t, -5 equals to 45. Okay, but not, actually don't have. So you'll see here, this one will be, what is it? 45 plus 5, 50. Okay, it doesn't make sense, right? Because it's a negative value. So you see, you have to check. You have to check this one first. This one will be -10. Okay, so basically no values. Okay, no reverse. Okay, so you all must always check for this part here first when we do distance type of question. Sometimes there might be okay, sometimes there might be. So in this case, don't have. What we can do, you don't have to go and integrate your v. We can straight away use definite integral. Okay, don't waste your time. Go and find your s first. Because if you find your s first, you need to find your c. Then after that, only you sub it in. Okay, so the easier way to do it, if there is no, you all can just write all these things, teach you all the understanding of it. If no reverse direction and they haven't give us v and they haven't asked us to calculate for s, use definite integral. Okay, definite integral for v. Okay, because if you use indefinite integral, meaning you go and find what is your S equation first, you need to go and find the plus C first. That's the proper method. Okay, otherwise, for this case, you just need to actually do definite integration. You just sub in the A and the V, the B value. So distance is equals to integrate from 1 to 10, your V equation. Okay, so 1 to 10, 45 over t plus 1 plus 5 dt. Okay, how do we do this? T plus 1, how do we integrate? It will become ln because it's power -1. So 45 ln t plus 1 plus 5t. This will be 1 to 10. Okay, then 45 ln 10 plus 1 plus 5 times 10. Okay, minus 45 ln, move it here first. 45 ln 1 plus 1 plus 5 times 1 equals to 157.91 minus 36.19, which is equals to 121.7. Okay, if you want rounding up to 122 also can, because 3 SF, that's all we need. Okay, look at this working. Everyone understand? Okay, when we do distance type of question, make sure you all consider all of these facts, because kinematics actually is just the application, right, of your differentiation and integration. Okay, so distance one will normally be, if got the reverse direction, I think it's probably the hardest question they can ask you already. Okay, when they ask you about distance with a reverse direction. Okay, y'all don't know, just go and watch. How to know from V equals 0 that reverse or not? Okay, I repeat again. So Akio asks, you see what I did here? I sub in V equals to 0, right? What's the meaning of V equals to 0? Yeah, what's the meaning of V equals to 0? dy over dx equals 0? No. Okay, turning point of what? Turning point of what? V, you know, V, you know. Okay, don't think of it. Yes, it's a turning point, but because there are so many turning points, you got S, you got V, you got A also, right? Okay, just need to remember, I gave you all the analogy, right? Imagine now you all look at the end of the room. Okay, you run. Okay, you're now wherever you are, you stand up, you run. What happened? When you run to the end of the room and you want to run back to your seat, right? Okay, you run to the end of the room already, you want to change direction, what happened? What happens when you want to change direction? You have to stop, you have to turn your body, and then run back, right? Yes, that's the turning point. Okay, but because got so many types of turning point depending on which graph. So what is the motion of the particle? When you stop, it means V equals to 0. Got it? When you stop, it's V equals to 0. So you all just need to imagine, okay? Just because this was the analogy that I taught you all last time. Okay, so you run. Okay, the particle, if I were to draw it out like that, okay, imagine this is you. Okay, you all get out of your seat right now. Okay, go and run across the room. Okay, this is the particle. We run. Okay, then we reach this maximum point, or aka your turning point. What happens? You want to turn direction, right? At this point of time, your V is equals to 0. Okay, we have to remember this fact. And how do you remember this? Just imagine yourself running. When you run to the end of the room, you want to change direction. At the point where you want to change direction, you have to stop. Okay, because you have to stop to reverse direction. Okay, so we need to see whether there is a time where is V equals to 0 based on the V equation, which is V equals to 45 over t plus 1 plus 5. Got it? So we know it doesn't reverse direction because t is negative. Yeah, because there's no such value of t within this range of t of 1 to 10. Okay, it might be positive also, but we reject it. So let's say if your t is maybe 11 or 12 or 13, it's not within the time frame that the particle reverses. Maybe it might reverse based on the equation, but it needs to be within 1 to 10. Sometimes it might reverse 2 times also. Okay, so maybe sometimes because of the equation, maybe it's a cubic equation. So you get 2 turning points. Maybe one of the turning point is 2, the other one is 5. So that means the particle at 2 reverse direction, then at 5 reverses direction again, then like that. Okay, because no reverse direction, we can just use definite integral. Correct? Correct. Yes. So if the t is within 10 and 1, then it has reverse. Correct. So if within 10 and 1, so let's just say, let's give another scenario. Maybe there's a t when we calculate this v equals to 0, there's a t that is equals to 5. So you all go back to understanding what I taught you all last time. So if, okay, I just write all this down. If there is a t within the time frame, okay, if got t reverse direction within time frame, okay, what do you need to do? You find displacement at so you need to find the displacement at all the position, at significant positions. Okay, so significant positions are what? The time where it reverses. Okay, maybe your start point, then your turning point, then your end point. Okay, or whatever that is in between. So maybe it's here, you start at s equals to 0. Then maybe here is s equals to 88. Then over here, it becomes your position here, you calculate was s equals to 70. So what's your distance? Remember, there are 2 types of question. If they ask you displacement within the time frame, so let's just give a scenario. Maybe here is t equals to 0. This is t equals to 5. This is your t equals to 10. Okay, if they say displacement, then within the 0 to 10 second or whatever, 1 to 10 second, then my displacement will be 70, because the definition of the displacement is that it doesn't care about the journey. Okay, it only cares about the relative position from your final position to your initial position. So however the particle travels, it doesn't matter. However, for distance, we have to calculate here, which is 88. Then we have to calculate this part here also. Okay, which is another 18. So 88 plus 18 will be 106. 106 will be the total distance if they ask you all for distance. Hey, who have no idea what am I talking about? Because y'all haven't reached kinematics yet. This is all kinematics. So this is actually the hardest type of kinematics question already, where they ask you all about distance. Okay, those asking, are y'all clear? Are you okay? You all have to be prepared. Okay, have to be prepared for this question. Okay, later we can see one or two type of this question. Okay, all good. All good for kinematics type of question. Okay, so the only thing I would say that you all actually need to really take note of is this one. Okay, just check for if the distance type of question come out, you all just need to check whether the particle actually reverses direction or not. Haven't, okay, those who haven't reached kinematics, that means you all need to finish differentiation 1, differentiation 2, and integration first. Don't even bother going to kinematics if you all haven't done that 3 chapters. Okay, so that's why I say try to finish that 3 chapters as soon as possible, because very long, differentiation 1. Okay, differentiation 2 very simple. Differentiation 2, you all sit down, I would say 2 to 3 hours, you all can finish already, okay, with my videos. Okay, then after that, integration a little bit longer. All right, let's go to question 11 so that we can wrap this up. A 5-digit code. You all don't make me choke. You all see what Akil said. He said with my voice 10 hours also can. You don't get nightmare on my voice. Okay, so a 5-digit code is to be formed using 5 different numbers selected from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Find how many possible codes there are if the code forms a number less than 60,000 that ends in a multiple of 3. Okay, what type of question is this? This is everyone's favorite chapter. Permutation and combination, your chapter 10. Okay, so what's permutation, what's combination? Let's do a short recap on this. What's the definition of permutation? And what's the only thing actually that you already remember? Permutation, order, matters. Does order matters or not? Correct. Okay. Combination, order, don't matter. So every type of question, okay, last time I keep repeating it over and over again, right? Every single question I always repeat. The first question that we always need to ask ourselves is, does order matter? Okay, according to the problem that they are giving us. All right. Yeah. Sometimes they make it very obvious, right? They already say combination, then you just write combination already. Okay, don't go and overthink it. Okay, so let's look at this one. Actually, there are three things when we do permutation and combination. Remember when I first taught you all also, we learned about the factorial one, right? Okay, so the factorial one actually, like in this question, we can actually use permutation or factorial also. Okay, permutation or the factorial. No battery. Okay, what are all the possible scenarios for this? Number less than 60,000 ends with a multiple of 3. So we have to think about all the possible scenarios over here. The working is very simple for this, but we need to think. Okay, so you see here, ends in multiple of 3, less than 60,000. Okay, so you see here, multiple of 3 can be 3 or 6, right? Okay, 3 or 6. However, we have to consider if, let's say, the numbers start with 3 also. Okay, then the combination here will be a bit different, right? Okay, so these are the two cases that we need to consider. The first one, because it is less than 60,000, right? So we can use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as my first digit. However, if I use 3 at my first digit, I can't use 3 at the end, my last digit. Okay, so I'm going to split it into two different calculations. The first one is it starts with 1, 2, 4, 5, and then ends with 3 or 6. Okay. So how do I do this? Normally what I'll do is I'll just put the line here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if I use 1, 2, 4, or 5, my last digit here can be 3 or 6. After I use one digit here and one digit here, how many more digits can I fill in the middle? Okay, so you'll see here, let's say I use 1 and then 3. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more choices. Okay, so after I use one digit at the start and the end, I will have 6 more choices over here. Okay, so for this one, right? Okay, what will y'all do? Will y'all do permutation or combination? Okay, will y'all do permutation or combination here? Okay, so the question to ask is, does order matter, right? Okay, does the order matter? Okay, so what does it mean, does order matter? Okay, some say combination, some say permutation. Does order matter? You just ask yourself, is 1, 2, 3 different as 2, 3, 1 different as 3, 2, 1? Okay, this one, is it all different type of order or not? It's both. It cannot be both. Okay, it cannot be both. So is this one order? Is this a second order? Is this a third order? Okay, all of you, I want you all to think, type in the chat. Is it the same type of order or is it 3 different orders? 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1. So order means if I rearrange it, is it the same or different? Okay, same. Different. Okay, different. You just need to ask this first question first. Okay, if you don't know this first question, then you cannot do permutation and combination. Okay, no order. So order don't matter. Does it matter? So is this one combination? Like as long I got 1, 2, 3 inside this group, then I just consider as one order, no matter how I rearrange it. Okay, so go back to this question again. I teach you how to think about it. You just ask yourself, okay, if I put in here 1, then 2, 4, 5, 3, is it different as 1, 4, 2, 5, 3? Is it different or not? If I rotate or if I rearrange this value, it's a different value altogether, right? Okay, so actually this one, order matters. Okay, order matters because this is one order, this is second order, this is third order. So all of it are different. So you just need to ask yourself again, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. Is it the same order or different order? Normally for combination type of question, you just need to think of it like this. It will be like, I choose this amount of number of boys and number of girls because they never say it's boy 1, boy 2, boy 3. Normally it's as long I got 3 boys chosen from the 5 boys, 2 girls chosen from the 10 girls. I don't know whether it's boy 1, boy 2, boy 3, right? It doesn't matter. Right? As long the boys is inside the group and the girls is inside the group, then that one is order don't matter. It doesn't matter how I choose. Okay, the analogy last time, how what I gave you all, I say, let's say we have a NextGen swimming club. Okay, all of us here going for swimming competition. Okay, teacher don't know how to swim, so you all have to go and swim. Okay, so we go for this NextGen. We want to choose 3 of us over here to go for a swimming competition. Does it matter whether I choose Akil, John, and Kim in different orders? Or as long I got 3 of them inside this team, then we go and compete. Put you first. Okay, doesn't matter because 3 of you will represent and go and compete anyway, right? Okay, or we all of us go and play for a football team. Okay, so you all just need to ask yourself whether it matters or not. Okay, as the thing is, as long as you all are in the team. Okay, wait, I'm telling too much story. Let's finish up this paper, then we discuss a bit more. Okay, so this one order matters. So it's actually a permutation type of question. Got it or not? Okay, because 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1 is all different. Okay, however, there's actually an easier way to do it. You can either do like this, 4P1, then this one 2P1, okay, then this one 6P3. Okay, you need to put it in order. You do this first, then do this, then only you do the middle. Okay, you can calculate it like this, but some of you, I know you all learn, you all put like that. The other alternative way that you all can do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can just put 4, 2, then 6, 5, 4. Okay, both come out will be the same answer. This is up to your preference. This method is what you all actually learn at the start of your permutation and combination chapter. You all try? Both of the method, is it the same answer? Come out. So it really depends for actually permutation combination type of question. It depends how you all understand best. The working, to be honest, not very significant for the marks. Okay? But you just need to write the correct way to do it. Okay, so everyone take out a calculator. If you're using the permutation way, you just type 4P1 times 6P3 times 2P1. Okay. Sorry, I typed wrong. 4P1 times 6P3 times 2P1. Okay, you get 960. Okay, 960. What about if 3 is the first number and 6 is the last number? So we need to think about the second scenario. Okay, the second scenario. Okay, so you see here, so this is the first scenario, the first case. I start with 1, 2, 4, 5, end with 3, 6. So we need to think about all the possible scenarios because if I start with 3 and with 6, what will happen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that means here I got 3 and here only I can put 6. Correct? Okay, 3 and 6. So this one will be 1P1, this one 1P1. Then the middle I will still have remainder of 6 choices, right? Okay, 6 choices. So this one will still be 6P1. On the same layer, you just multiply it. Okay, so you get 6P1. What am I doing? 6P3. Bukan 6P1. 6P3. Okay, you get 120 over here. Okay, so your total number of choices is 960 plus 120. Okay, which is 1080 here. Clear on this? Okay, all good? Okay, but some of you, you all might do this way. It's totally fine also. Okay, it's up to your preference. Right? Both methods also can do. Okay, this one is if you all go back to my video, what I taught you all is imagine you put on the shelf, okay, the number of ways that you can arrange on the shelf. Okay, second question. an even number less than 60,000. Okay, even numbers less than 60,000. So this one also we have to split into two cases. If I start, okay, with 1, 3, 5, and then I end with 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, because I can start with even number also, right? If I start with even number, then I will have one less even number at the end. Okay, so over here, what I can do is, let's say I got, okay, let's draw the lines first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say I start with 1, 3, or 5. Okay, then my ending number will be 2, 4, 6, 8. Right? Then in the middle, I will have 6 choices. Okay, after I fill up my first place and my last place. So this one will be 3P1, here will be 4P1, and then here will be 6P3. You multiply it. 3P1 times 6P3 times 4P1, you get 1440. Okay, however, if I start with 2 or 4, okay, then I end with 6, 8. Okay. 6, 8, or, okay, what's the thing I wrote here? Okay. 6, 8, or, okay, that means if I use one of the value, right, then I will still have one more either 2 or 4, right? So let's just say I already use 2 for my, so I need to do in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the second explanation, this one is like this. If I can fit in 2 or 4 over here, so this will be 2P1. However, if I, let's say, use 2 already, right, then I still have 4 to use, right? Or vice versa. If I use 4 already, I will still have 2 to put at the last digit. So that means I will still have 3 digits that I can put at the end. Okay, got it? So I can put 6, 8, or 4 here. In the case, if I use 2. If in the case I use 4, then I can use 6, 8, 2. That means I'll still have 3 choices behind. So here, 3P1. Then in the middle, this one I will still have 6 digits left. Okay, 6 choices, which is 6P3. You multiply it. 2P1 times 6P3 times 3P1. Okay, you'll get 720 here. So your total number of choices will be 1440 plus 720. Okay, which is equal to 2160. All right, congratulations. Okay, so this is the end. Okay, y'all got any question? We'll discuss after this, and I will stop this recording. So this is it for 060621ON22. See y'all in the next one.